Welcome. So I encourage you to always have blankets, pillows around you. Um, but today, those will be optional. But today, we are going to use 2 yoga blocks. So if you have your yoga blocks, grab them. If not, um, you can use 2 pillows instead. You can use a blanket that you could fold up several times to give you some height. But we'll use these at the end, and it'll be a nice shoulder back opener that we'll use those for. So welcome. Let's dive into this. This will be about intermediate advanced. We'll get to advance as we go, but definitely not a beginner. And as I say in some of these videos, this is my practice as well. So if there are moments where you see that I pause and there's something a little extra that I need for self, please honor that as I honor you as well. And if there are moments where you need to pause, where you need to stop, where you just need to breathe, where you need to let out a sound, please honor that and listen to your body. Give it exactly what it needs because this is your practice as well. So let's get started. We're going to start on all 4 hands and knees, and we're just going to sway side to side. And as you're swaying, start to make little adjustments with the hands, with the knees, just making sure that hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Already noticing areas where you may need to pause and take a few breaths. And then we'll start to do little circles. So we're not going down to the heels. We're staying right over the hips, just doing circles around. Remember your breath, breathing in and out. And we'll take these circles in the opposite direction, circle it around. And bringing it back to the center. So we'll do a few cat, cow. Oh, the tongue this morning. Drop the belly, nose up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And round through the back as you push the ground just slightly away. We're warming up the body, so we'll take this slow. Again, drop the belly, nose to the ceiling. And round through the back, push away. And we'll do one more because it always feels so good. Drop the belly, nose to the ceiling. This time, slightly push the ground away. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take your deep inhale. And round, push it away. Coming back into your tabletop with a flat back. So we'll do those circles again. This time we will take it all the way back to the heels as you circle it around. If there's a spot where you feel you need to pause, pause it. But really make big circles. Really stick those hips out to the side as you circle it. Shift the shoulders as you come forward. Take up all this space. And then we'll take it in the opposite direction. And bringing it back to the center, making any adjustments that you need with the hands and with the knees. So we're going to hold this in tabletop. So nose points down to the floor. We really activate the arms. So fingers are spread wide. There's no bend in the elbow. We're going to pull the belly button into the spine. So it doesn't create a hunch in the back, but it really flattens out the back. Knees are right underneath the hips. Toes are flat. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. Really engage that belly area. So I'm not sucking my belly in. Remember, there's a difference between just sucking the belly in and pulling belly button into the spine. So pull belly button into the spine, hold this and breathe. This is going to prepare us for some of these planks that we hold during this flow. Good. Now start to soften the belly button, soften the shoulders, relax everything. Curl the toes under, sit it back on your heels. This is my favorite thing to do. We do not stretch the toes enough, so stretch these toes. Breathe it here. Sometimes this pose creates a lot of burn in the toes and the heels and the calves and just all throughout the lower part of the body. But breathe through it. We really, really need to stretch these toes. Coming back to all four hands and knees. Release the toes. We'll pat it out. Once more, we'll go back into that locked tabletop. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Belly button pulls into the spine, nose points down to the ground. Really feel this power in your body when you lock this and you hold it, but the breath stays flowing. So breathe. Good. Last time, curl those toes under, sit it back on the heels. Remember, you can always stick a yoga block here or a pillow if it's too intense to sit all the way back on those heels. But stretch those toes. And coming back up onto all four, pat those toes out. And then we're going to bring it into our first downward dog. Bicycle the legs as we start to wake the body up. Just take a slow bicycle as one knee bends, the opposite leg, that heel really presses down. Really push back, feel the length in the spine. You can rock it side to side, you can hold it still. You can add a little twist if the upper body needs a twist. And then bringing it back to the center. So if the heels are not touching the ground yet, that is okay. That's why we are here practicing today. But let's rotate those elbows in, really create some space in the shoulders. Breathe. Remember, downward dog is a resting pose, so we're going to experience this a lot today. A lot of planks, a lot of downward dogs, just holding them. Use your breath when you need that boost of energy. And then slightly bend the knees. We're going to walk it all the way up to the top of your mat. And then we're going to ragdoll it out. So just hang it here. Knees will bend. You can sway it side to side if that feels good. And then bringing it back to the center. Let's just slowly roll it up. Feeling the spine still start to wake up. Clasping the fingers behind the back. Let's open. I lost my mic. Let's open those shoulders. Clasping those fingers behind the back. I told you this is my practice too, so whatever happens, happens. Really open those shoulders. Tiny little back bend if that feels good, because we are still warming up. And then releasing the clasp. We're going to drop the chin into the chest and we're going to go back down the opposite way. So slowly roll all the way back down. Slight bend in the knees. Hang it out. Sway it if you need it. And then taking that half lift, fingertips in line with the toes. or hands are on the lower part of the legs. So this is your option every time we come into this half lift. Slightly bend the knees. We're going to step it back to a plank. We're going to drop the knees down to the ground. Walk the hands back. Take that right arm, needle it through, drop that right shoulder down to the ground. Left arm slides up. We're going to stay here just for one really, really deep breath in. And exhale it out. Left hand slides back. We press it back up. Switch right over to the opposite side. Needle the left arm through down to that shoulder. Right arm slides up. Take that deep inhale and exhale. Right hand slides back. We press it back up to all four hands and knees. Bring it right back into your downward dog. Bicycle it out. Twist it if you need it. Rock it if you need it. You should already feel the body starting to warm up. Take that walk back to the top of your mat. Hang it out. This mic is really, can't find a good place for it today. Come back to that half lift. Slightly bend the knees. We're going to inhale it all the way up. Take up all this space. Exhale it all the way down. Coming to your half lift. We're going to step the right foot back. Drop the right knee down to the ground. Arms are going to inhale up. Release the back toes and just reach. Look up, really reach. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Both hands come back down to the ground. Curl the right toes under, lift up, pull it back to your downward dog. Bicycle the legs if you still need it, or hold it still. Take a walk to the top of your mat. Inhale it all the way up. And exhale it down. Coming back to that half lift. Left foot steps back, drop that knee, release the toes. Inhale it up, reach for the ceiling, release the shoulders away from the ears. Both hands come back down to the ground. Curl the toes under, back to your downward dog. Hold it still or bicycle it if you need it. Breathe. Walk it back to the top. We're going to hang it out this time. Bend the knees if you still need to bend the knees, as I still try to find a place for this microphone to go. Sway it if you need a sway. And roll it up. As you roll, take your time. Really feel the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Clasping the fingers behind the back. Open the shoulders. Take a slight back bend if you choose. This microphone, y'all, is really trying to find its space. I think I got to stretch out the top of my shirt just to get the microphone to have some space. Open up. Take up space. Release the clasp from the fingers. Tuck the chin as we roll it back down. Coming to that half lift. We're going to step the right foot back again. Drop that right knee. Release the toes. Inhale the arms up. Reach. Release the shoulders. Both hands come down to the ground. This time, right hand stays. Left arm reaches. Curl those right toes under and then lift that knee up off the ground. Really stretch. Open up here. Left hand comes back down to the ground. So we're going to take a walk. The right side of your mat, take a walk all the way to the back of your mat. Right knee will bend. Left knee drops down to the ground. Release the toes. Inhale it up. Reach. Both hands come back down. Left hand stays. Right arm reaches. Left toes curl under. Lift that knee. Open. Reach. Right hand comes down. We're going to take that walk back to the top of your mat. Pull that left foot back to your downward dog. If you still need a bicycle in this downward dog, take it or hold it still and just breathe. Slight bend in the knees, walk it all the way to the top. Coming to your half lift, take a deep inhale. And exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it down. Back to your half lift. Right foot, we're going to step it back again. This time, keeping the right knee up. Arms inhale all the way up to the ceiling. Hold it here. High lunge. Breathe. Release those shoulders away from the ears. We're going to drop that back heel. Open up into your warrior two. Arms release. So really feel this here. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Palms point down. I am pushing along the outside of that right foot. Left knee, I'm bending it so my knee is just above the ankle. Breathe it here. Left arm comes down to the thigh. Remember, we're not resting there. It's just making a connection. Right arm reaches over. I want you to reach. This is all about space today. Take up all this space. You have all this open space around your body, so occupy it. Right arm releases down. Left arm reach it up to the ceiling. And then start to take it back. Take up space. Open. Windmill the hands down to the ground. Pivot on that back toe. We're going to do something a little different here, which I usually don't do. But drop that right knee. Pull the left knee down to the ground. And open up into a child pose. One moment here in this child pose, and then shift it all the way forward, coming down onto the belly. Legs are wide, so my feet are hanging off of my mat. Hands are beside the shoulders, elbows point back, nose points down to the ground. We're going to take an inhale and push up. Press that pelvis into the ground. Good. Release it back down. Curl the toes under, bring it back to your downward dog. Sometimes a nice little child pose just feels good in between a flow. Let's walk it to the top. Inhaling it all the way up. Exhale it all the way down. Coming to your half lift. Left foot steps back. Remember, keep that knee lifted. Arms inhale up. Hold it here. Breathe. Open. Back heel drops. We open to that warrior two. We feel it first. Really feel it. Remember where the knee is. And remember, this knee also has a tendency to cave in because how the hips are open. So push the knee back towards that pinky toe. Release the shoulders. Right arm drops. We just make a connection. We're not leaning on it. Left arm reaches over. Take up the space. All this space. Yes. Left arm drops down. Right arm, reach it up first because there's space here. Then take it back. Open. Both hands windmill down to the floor. We pivot on that back toe. We drop the left knee. Right knee comes down to the ground. We take this child pose again. It's just going to feel so good in between the flow. And then we shift it all the way forward to the belly. Take the legs wide so my toes fall off of my mat. Hands are beside the shoulders. Elbows point back, nose points down to the ground. Inhale, take it up. Press that pelvis. Yes. Release all that back tension. Chest lowers back down to the ground. Toes curl under, bring it back. Downward dog. Breathe. To your resting pose. The microphone is like literally almost in my mouth right now, so you're really going to hear my breath. Bending the knees, let's walk it to the top. Let's take an inhale to that half lift. And exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it all the way down. Take a half lift. Right foot steps back to your lunge. We inhale the arms up. We're going to speed it up a little bit. We open to that warrior two. Same thing we just did. Left arm drops, right arm reaches over, take the space. We reverse it, right arm drops, left arm reaches back. This time we'll bring it back to your warrior two, hold it here. So we're gonna pivot through. So this right arm pivots forward, we pivot on the right toes, we're coming right back to your lunge, but we're gonna reach the arms forward. Now I want you to take that left arm and I want you to pull the elbow back. Slight twist. Good. Reach it back forward. Right arm, pull it back. Slight twist. Reach it back forward. We'll do one more on each side. If you can take your gaze back, take it back. Left arm reaches back. Good. Take it forward. Last one. Right arm, reach it back. Take the gaze back. And take it forward. Good. Both arms inhale up. Both hands come down to the ground. We're going to step that right foot forward. Inhale it all the way up. And exhale it down. Half lift. Opposite side. Left foot steps back. Arms inhale up. Good. Open to that warrior two. Feel your alignment. Right arm down. Left arm reaches over. Take the space. Reverse it. Left arm drops. Right arm reaches back. Oh, bring it back to your warrior two. We pivot back forward so that left arm swings through. Left toes pivot back into your, oh no, let's hold it forward. Right arm, we pull it back. Right arm reaches forward. Think about this elbow. It's the elbow that I want to pull back. It's an active pose. Reach it forward. Once more, right side, pull it back. Reach it forward. Last one. Ooh, left side, pull it back. Reach it forward. Both arms reach up. Hands come down to the ground. We step it forward. Inhale to a half lift. And exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale the hands down. Half lift. We're going to start to get into this plank now. So step it back to your plank. We're going to hold it here. So remember, you always have an option to drop the knees down, kind of shift forward to feel the activation of the upper body. Other than that, we are in full plank. Hands are under the shoulders. Remember, your plank is not with your bottom up here in the air. Plank is straight. So that same thing we did when we were on all four, how we engaged that belly button, pulled it into the spine, hold it and breathe. Push it back to a downward dog. Hold. Back forward to your plank. Hold. Downward dog. Hold. Plank. Hold. Lower the knees. Keep the toes curled under. Sit it back on the heels. Reach the arms all the way up. Clasp the fingers together. Turn the palms up. Lengthen here. Release the clasp. Taking the clasp behind your back. Open the shoulders. Open the chest. Look up if it feels good. The toes should feel a little different now. They should be a little warmed up, so maybe this doesn't burn as much. We release it back to all four. Release the toes, pat them out. Curl the toes under, bring it right back to that downward dog. We're going to add a little bit more to this flow. Step it to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it down. Half lift. Right foot, we're going to step it back to your lunge. Arms inhale up. Same thing. We open to that warrior two. Body should be familiar with this flow. Left arm drops, right arm reaches over. We reverse it, reach it back. Bring it back to your warrior two. We pivot so that right arm swings through. Right toes come back into your lunge. So your feet have to do a little bit of maneuvering and adjustments here to get back into that lunge. We're going to reach the arms forward. This time, keep the face pointed forward. Rotate palms down to the ground. I want you to pull the elbows back and really open. Then point the elbows down to the ground. Palms point forward. And then take it back up. Good. Again, release hands down. Palms point down. Elbows pull back. Elbows point down. Palms point forward. Reach it up. Good. Both hands come down to the ground. Pull it back to your downward dog. We are really getting into this upper body, the back. Walk it to the top. I have a feeling my microphone keeps going under my chin. I hope you can hear me. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it down. Half lift. Opposite side, that left foot steps back. We inhale it up. We open, warrior two. Right arm down, reach it. Good. Reverse it. Back to your warrior two. Rotate it forward. Remember, make any adjustments that you need with your feet. That pose is meant to have you make little adjustments and test your balance. So arms reach forward, palms point down. Elbows pull back. Pull them back first as far as you can. Then point the elbows down. It helps you open your back more. Then reach it up. Good. Once more. Arms forward. Palms point down. Pull the elbows back. Elbows point down. Palms forward. Open. Reach it up. Yes. Both hands down to the ground. Pull it back. Downward dog. Breathe it here. It's our resting pose. Good. Dropping the knees down to the ground. So here is where we will utilize our blocks as we still have our backs warmed up. We're going to do some different things as you are in child pose with your back. So I love to do these stretches first thing in the morning. It just helps me open up, but I also know it's good to experience it once your body is really, really warmed up. So we'll do some twisting, some stretching, and some different things with the blocks in child pose. So take your child pose. We'll start with hands on top of the blocks. And remember, if you don't have a block, you can always use a towel or a blanket. Just fold it so that it gives you some height from up off the floor. That's really all you're looking for is height. So drop the forehead down to the ground and just breathe. Deep inhales and exhales. We still want to kind of keep this body warm, so we're not going to hold these poses too much. We're going to keep them active. So notice my fingertips are walking forward as I'm on this block. I'm still activating these shoulders, the back. Then we'll bring it up. Slide the blocks closer to you so that your elbows can come up on the blocks. And you may have to sit back in it and then come back up and readjust it how you need to. So elbows are on the blocks. Hands are in a prayer position. I drop my head and then I point my fingers to the back of the room. Again, I want you to keep this active So really point those fingers, really press the elbows into the blocks. We're not resting fully yet, we're still active. Reach the fingers back. Press those elbows. Bringing it back up. Keep the blocks where they are. We're going to do that same thing again. We'll go into it with prayer hands. And then if you can, you're going to open up your hands and they'll be flat on the back of your shoulders. So we drop the head, prayer hands point back. And then I open my hands to lay my hands flat on the back. And I really sink here. Elbows are active. I'm thinking about pulling my armpits down to the ground, keeping everything active. Good. Releasing it, lifting it up, moving the blocks out the way, staying in this child pose. Arms reach forward, again active, so my fingertips are pressing into the ground so that the elbows, the arms lift up off the ground, getting this good stretch. So even though the fingers are walking forward, I'm focused on really pushing my sacrum back and down. I want to really sink into my heels, but at the same time have my upper part of the body walking forward. So it's almost as if someone is elongating you, really stretching you. And then we'll release the hands, take them flat, sliding your left hand back so it comes just in front of that left knee. Rotate your face towards the left hand. And then I want you to push and twist this as much as you can. Breathe into it. Oh, it feels so good. Even that right side of the body can relax on that right thigh. That right hand, if you want to flip it up, since the body is getting so much rotation here, you can really open this up. And then release it back down. Stretching that left hand back forward. We'll do opposite sides. So right hand pulls back. My gaze is towards my right hand. I press and twist this as much as you can. Soften that left arm to the point that it does anything that your body tells it to do. If that hand is supposed to flip up, flip it up. Let that left side of the body rest on the thigh. Really push and open here. Oh. And release it back down. Stretching that right arm back forward. Take your child pose. Let the arms relax. Let the hands relax. And walking it back. Swinging the legs around in front of you. So another good way to use your blocks is, and I wasn't going to think about doing this today, but we'll do it. Always rock side to side. Remove any cushion area that needs to be removed so your sit bones can really come down to the ground. But another way to utilize the blocks is if you're already at the point where you're grabbing onto your heels, then maybe for this one, you add a block. If you don't want the block, you don't have to. Remember, you can always grab just below the knee. The first goal is not to reach the toes, but the first goal is to be able to fold into yourself, create this length and this connection with self. So if you are here, that is just fine. If you're here, that's fine. So take this pose to whatever level you are at. Feel the body folding in to itself. And releasing it up. Taking a twist. Right hand outside of the left knee, left hand behind you, and twist. Breathe into it. Opposite side. and back to the center. So another good reason, just a tip, a good reason to have the blocks at the bottom of your feet when you're doing twisting, because a lot of times when we twist, we'll have a tendency to shift and pull this hip back because we want to take our twist deeper. But the goal is to be able to take your twist deeper with your hips aligned also. So if the block is here when you take this twist, if you feel yourself moving the block in any way, then you know, oh, wait a minute, let me come back and keep my hips centered and let me twist in my waist and not my hips. So let's twist one more time to that left side, right hand on the outside of the knee. Good. Opposite side. And back to the center. Removing the block if you used it. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. Pull the heels in as close as you can. You can grab onto the toes and just hold this in the center. You can use the elbows if you want to lean forward and get a little press. Sometimes even tucking the chin feels good. Remember, it's your practice too, so do whatever your body needs. If there's little things you'd like to add to any of the poses or not add, honor that. And then coming back up, one of my favorite stretches. Let's slide the feet forward until you create a diamond in the center. Remember, you can always, let's do that first. Let's hold just below the knees and let's kind of lay back and let the body sway. This feels really, really good on the back, just letting the back have a release. You can hunch it out if you want to, tuck in that chin. It's a really good just way to relax any tension in the back. And then start to push the chest forward, just slightly lift the face, pulling the ears away from the shoulders, getting that grip below the knees, and just let gravity kind of balance you out. And then we'll bring it back to the center, going into the full pose. So it's up to you. You can grab the ankles and you can pull the shoulders down away from the ears and think about pushing the elbows down towards the floor. So again, just like our extended leg forward fold, this is us folding into ourselves again. So anytime you fold into yourself, imagine it being like a journey and you want to guide, you want to go with your heart. So I'm not here and folding down. I'm here. So feel this first. We don't always have to go for the deepest level first. We can be here. This is just fine. Shoulders are down. I'm feeling the length. And then when you're ready, and if you're ready today, because you can always stay here and hold this pose, but when you're ready, we go for the toes. But I'm still thinking about letting my heart be the guide as I lean forward and fold into myself. And when you've reached your stopping point, you just breathe. And with this one, I like to lift it back up. Take a few breaths again. Notice what's going on with the body. And then we'll take it one more time, grabbing onto the toes or stay at the ankles, wherever you choose. Closing the eyes, maybe this time really softening, really going within. Taking a deep breath in and exhale, fold. And bringing it all the way back up. Oh, release the legs, extend them out in front of you. Taking the hands behind you. And I like to just lean here. Just let the body melt, let the body sink. And then bringing it all the way down to your back. Coming into the most important pose, which is Savasana. Roll it out a little bit if you need it. Sometimes bending one knee and rocking the body side to side feels good. Switching to the other knee. Give the body a few rocks, a few shakes to release out anything else that needs to release. You can bend the knees and let the knees fall side to side. As you prepare to go into Savasana, sometimes I think it's important that you listen to your body and you do whatever it needs, because maybe there's something that your body still needs. So honor that. If there's a pose you need to take for a moment, take it, listen to the body. And then bring in yourself fully into Savasana. Legs extended down. Arms relaxed down by your side. Make any adjustments you need with your shoulders, your head. I always like to lift my head up off the ground. See if I have any more length in the neck. And then laying the head back down. Making sure nose is pointed up to the ceiling and not back behind you. And then just begin to let the body soften and melt. Being aware of the breath. This is the time where you check in, where you notice, where you become very aware of your own body. You notice any tingling sensations that you may feel. You notice spaces where you feel more open. You notice if there's any areas that still feel like they're tight and like they're holding on. And you send the exhale breath to those areas. And you soften every muscle in the body. And if you've been following me for a while, then you know some of the videos I leave you right here in this Savasana, because maybe you need more time than what the video has to offer. So I encourage you to spend at least 5 minutes in your Savasana, and maybe more. But I encourage you to go deep within yourself and enjoy the journey. And I appreciate you practicing with me today. As the video ends, you enjoy your Savasana.